Hey guys, so are you doing intermittent fasting wrong? I'm going to give you this one tip that is going to be a game changer if you're not doing it already, and it's regarding snacking. So I know that the food industry and the snack industry has convinced us that we need to be snacking all day. Hence, the market is filled with bags, boxes, barcodes. Most of the center of that market is filled with stuff that has marketing all over it that says that we're supposed to be snacking all day, right? And so in the 80s, the snack industry also came up with this snacking campaign where we were told that our metabolism was actually raised. Now, I finally figured out where that came from. So when we eat food, yes, your metabolism is raised a little bit in order to create the energy to digest your food, right? So it takes a lot of energy to reduce the food. So they extrapolated that and just jumped on it. And I guess the fitness industry also jumped on it, but it was actually never scientifically studied if eating every 2 hours increases your metabolism enough to actually lose weight. Obviously, the country did not lose weight and we got a whole bunch of more snacks in our pantries, right? So one of my favorite people on social media is Big Time Adulting Girl. You know, she says to all the moms, go have a snack. I like the idea. I'm going to talk about snacking and intermittent fasting and how to do it right and how to do it wrong and if you really should be snacking. So the answer to that first question is no. Snacking is not a thing in intermittent fasting. Now, in the beginning, if you're a newbie and you're watching this and you're used to eating every 2 hours, you're going to have a really tough time not snacking. So what I recommend is work on the 8-hour window first, like work on eating in a 12-hour window if you're not doing that, 7 to 7. Then, squeeze that in a little bit. So you're going to get to your goal of eating in an 8-hour window. Whatever that looks like to you, you can certainly start that way. If you're still eating McDonald's and Taco Bell, go ahead and do that. You'll get better results if you clean up your diet and eat real whole food. But getting back to the snacking. So if you're used to eating, every 2 hours and you just first squeeze in that window and whatever you're eating and however you're eating in that 8-hour window, if you can get to that first, that's a good way to approach it. Now, once you've done that, and this is going to surprise you guys, several months. So it's going to take several months of trial and error if you're eating in a 12-hour window to squeeze that into eating in an 8-hour window, right? And that's your goal. So once you do that, you're going to have to really, craft and cram your food into that 8-hour window, and you will get better results, whatever those results are that you're looking for, whether it be bringing down your inflammation or losing weight. You can do both of those things with intermittent fasting. You'll get better results if you stop snacking and craft your meals to eating real whole food. If you don't know who I am, I'm going to introduce myself for a hot minute. I'm Sherry Fogelman. I'm a health coach. I work with women who are in midlife, trying to lose weight, trying to manage that whole menopause thing. And we talk about nutrition. I talk a lot about intermittent fasting because intermittent fasting is what reduced my inflammation so I could reverse the symptoms of my psoriatic arthritis and go off all of my medications. I am not a doctor. This is not meant to be any kind of medical advice. If you're concerned about reducing the time, doing time restricted eating, please talk to your doctor, especially how medications work, especially if you're on anything like metformin or Ozempic, which artificially reduces your blood sugar, because you may feel some effects of that because intermittent fasting will help you reduce your blood sugar for free. You don't have to pay for Ozempic in order to do this. So back to snacking. And click the link here to subscribe because you will be notified. I come out with new videos every week on metabolism, on intermittent fasting, lots of autoimmune stuff I've got going on. I've got a Facebook group, which I'll put all the links below here, just for my gals with autoimmune who are trying to get off medications or relieve some of their symptoms. And intermittent fasting certainly will do that, but you need to stop snacking. So if you're someone who is already intermittent fasting, but you're eating every 2 hours, this video is also for you. If you're a newbie and you're eating every 2 hours, that's okay because you're going to narrow in your window first. Then you're going to work on what's going on in that 8 hours, jumping to real whole food and getting rid of the snacking time. That's going to require you to craft a proper breakfast or a proper lunch or a proper dinner, whatever meal you're having, into a meal that has protein, vegetables, fiber, all the macros. You can put a little bit of carbohydrate in there. You'll make your life easier if you're just starting out and you're watching this to lower the carbohydrates. Let's get back to snacking a little bit. So if you are someone who needs to snack because that's what you've been doing for 20 or 30 years, your body is used to that. So to not snack is a great way to bring down that blood sugar, but you are going to be feeling that. So if you are going to do step 1, which is to still snack, I recommend real whole food snacks and really getting rid of those packaged foods that are in the middle of the market. Even if they say they're healthy, even if they say they're keto, don't fall for that. You're smarter than that. Even if they say, good, it doesn't break your fast, if it's got a calorie in it, it breaks your fast. So don't fall for any of that. So you want to fill your fridge with foods that are going to feed your body, like real whole foods and vegetables. So you want to clear that pantry out. I don't even have a pantry. It's basically empty. I have like flour and sugar and stuff like that and raisins and things that don't need to be in the refrigerator for baking and cooking and spices. But I don't have like a snacks, processed food shelf or drawer or anything like that because we don't eat that way. So I recommend you clear that out. I understand if you have people in your house that need that stuff, but better for them. If you love them, don't allow them to eat anything out of a bag box. There are better things like, the seed crackers. They are coming out with some better things, but they're really few and far between, and better to get your habits into eating real whole foods. So hard-boiled egg, fruits and vegetables, green apple, the nut butters, nuts, certainly nuts and seeds. I like macadamia nuts. Some of the other nuts can be problematic, have glyphosate on them. So nuts is a whole different topic, but nuts are better than anything out of a package, even though they are out of a package, but it's a better move. Start moving in the right direction of the snack. So bottom line is, if you need to snack, and the only reason you need to snack is if you've had years of this kind of eating every 2 hours habit, which if you're a Gen Xer, you might be in that habit. You might still be in that mindset, that old mindset that told us that we needed to eat every 2 hours, which has been debunked. So that's my message about snacking. Basically, stop snacking. Click the link to subscribe. I come out with new videos every week, and see you next time. Okay, bye guys.